Yeah. Now see here, this is the example. Let's take this example. Let's try to implement it. This is the problem in a Python. So we have to implement this. Okay. So the requirement is this. I think did I put the solution here or what? Okay. This is the problem. Whatever we have seen till this till here, except solution, you can ignore solution for now. Let's focus only on problem. So this is how programs are given when you go and work with any of these the most premium websites, programming practice websites. Okay, this is one such problem because I felt these are very thought provoking problems, so I collected or gathered these problems here. The first thing is this. So we have to solve this, right? And they also give you what is this exactly. This is a string. What you have to do is you have to split it, and then it becomes like that. And joining a string is simple. This is how you can join it. We have discussed this join in yesterday's session. How join works, how to concatenate a string with a join, and what is the behavior of join or functionality of join. All that we have discussed. So this part should be fine. This is the fundamental part. Whatever that is needed, we had discussed clearly in yesterday's session. Now this is the task actually. What is the task is, this is the input. This is a string. When you get input like this, you have to convert it like this. So I'll just copy this and paste it. So the input format, how should be the input format, and what should be the output format, so that you understand how to apply your string method on this problem. Okay, let me just share you this problem with you in the chart. Take this and try to just, we had already discussed this yesterday. I made a clear this thing discussion on that. Okay, so just quickly test that code. I will also show you how to work on this. Okay, and actually, like if you implement like a method, this is how they gave you. But let's do it without methods, and then later on we will implement it with methods. Let's do that. But this is the sample output, right? If you get this, if you give this output, this is a string, and you should get this output. This hyphen is hyphen a hyphen string. This is how we should do that. Right? Can you try that now? Or else I'll show you how to do that step by step clearly. So we don't have any issues. So that you also understand. Okay, sorry. You also understand like how to implement all this. Okay, let's get to the problem solving. If it is, this is delimited by what is that space. Now you do one thing, go to this PyCharm, and then inside on string class, create one more new file. So this problem is, what is this problem? This is a simple, what is that? So let us take it as a join. I'll name this as a string underscore join underscore demo. This should help us to get a quick idea what we are doing. So now the problem is this. What is the problem? I'm trying to make sure you get a deeper idea about each and every method you are using in string class and how to apply it. And take this as the scenario. Okay, maybe you can directly assign it, or else you can read it from keyboard. It's up to you. Now I'm just trying to solve this. So what is that? Uh, Concatenations, string concatenation. I explained clearly what is concatenation, but still you have, I'll come up with more details on couple of important methods which we apply on strings. Okay, string concatenation using join. This is fine. Now take a string sum s1 equal to, and double quotes, and assign this string. Okay, now what is that you should do? Yeah. Now you have to get the output like this. This is the requirement. What is that? This is the, I'll also add this to the code itself so that we get an idea what is input, and then what is output. So when you look at the program also, you understand what should you do, what should you get. That also gives you a clear picture. This is the input you should give, and this is the output you should get. Think as a developer, that's all, friends. Okay, that comes with practice. Next one. Now after that, what is that I should do? Now if I want this concatenation, I just directly try this. What is that? Right? We have to apply, if we should concatenate, if I directly apply like this, let me just show you. So suppose as for yesterday, if I say that if I try to concatenate hyphen with this string, you don't get this output. Without any doubt, we can tell that. You don't get this output. See here, let me just show you. If I say this hyphen, I'm trying to concatenate this hyphen with join. And to this join, I am passing this string. Means what is the meaning of this? We are applying join on this method S1, sorry, on this string S1 to concatenate this substring hyphen repeatedly, starting from the first character onwards, after even starting after the first character, after from T onwards. So this hyphen should be repeatedly concatenated to this whole string. That is what this join does. It will iteratively concatenate hyphen with this each character present in the S1, string S1. Maybe if you just look at output, it is easy to understand the functionality, the behavior of join. Let's right click and run this. That is the easiest thing. See here. So this is the output we are getting. But this is not what we want. What do we want? We want this output. Right? See, you should concatenate each word, not each character, with hyphen. So this is the problem. So to this, what you have to do? You have to apply two steps here. Right? This gives you a good opportunity for us. First thing, if I want this output, first you have to apply split on this string, actually input string. So first step one is, before you go and apply join, apply a split on this first. So let's see this. If you just listen to what we discuss in this session, you automatically understand what all things we need to do to solve this problem, or right, like the state task. Now let me do one thing. We already discussed in yesterday's session, if I am not wrong, right? So what is that? You know how to apply split by now. So what should I do now? S1 dot split. Split by what? Space means just your delimiter should be space here. Okay. Then this will split this string and return a list of words. So that is what split does. It will split a given string into tokens, and those tokens are returned as a string, sorry, as a list. So this returns what it returns. I'm clearly writing here so that you understand it without any confusion. Returns a list of tokens which are split actually. Tokens means nothing but words. Tokens which are split by that split method. Now you should assign this result, okay, as word underscore list equal to, because we know that is a list. Maybe you don't have idea about list, just leave it like that, no problem. But remember, this method returns a list of strings. List of strings or list of words or list of tokens, anything is fine. Now this has that all that words present in this string now, which are split and stored into this one. This is fine now. After that, now we are ready to do concatenation. It's now applying join is simple, right? Now you can see here. Now, even though this is a list, even on list also you can apply a join. Let me just show you some output string equal to output str equal to. You have to apply join, start join. If you should apply join, first thing, with what substring you should concatenate, that you have to pass here. That is hyphen. And then dot join. To this you have to pass. This is the what we need to apply, and on which input parameter, what should be the input, right? Input is word list. You copy this and pass to this list, you pass to the join. Okay, there is something missing here. Oh, no problem. I'll just check. Yeah, see here. Now see, I think I am missing this T here. It's a typo, grammar error. No problem. So this is what you should do. This is the input string. On this input string, you are applying this concatenation string. Just remember, when you understand these things, you can play with any other, even a big program as well, or a big task as well. So this is what you should do. Maybe you can ask me, can we apply join on list also? Can this parameter can be a list? Join can actually use even list of strings also to do concatenation, or you can pass string of characters also to do concatenation. Right? I did this now. Now let us print. I think you got clear, right? What happens when you apply this hyphen on this input string, on input list, sorry, what happens? It will iteratively apply hyphen on this list of words. How? Just simply let me give you a clear picture. This is your, these are the words, right? First one is, so your list look like this, so that you get a clear idea. What is that? First one, it will be this. Okay. Output is like this, comma. Second one is, third one, A. Okay. And fourth one, what is the fourth one? This is a string. This is how your strings are split and stored into a list. Now, if you apply join, how join concatenates this hyphen? Simple. It concatenates with each of these strings from start string to end string, not after end string or not before start string. In between this start and end strings, this concatenation character is applied iteratively on each of these values. Like how do we get the output now? We get the output like this. This hyphen is hyphen a hyphen string. Means after every iteration, this hyphen is concatenated with one word present in this list. Now let us just, what do we do? Let us just run this program. Print this. If you don't print, you don't get output, right? Print off. Sorry. Output str. I'm directly printing, not applying anything. Maybe what you can do, if you want to have more, detail this thing, you can say the result is, and then what you can say, comma, sorry, dot format, and to this format pass or the concatenated string is, or combined string, anything you can write. Okay, the combined string is, okay, you can just use this kind of print format. Okay, now right click and then say run this, and you can see here this is a string, perfect output. See here. But if you directly apply join on this string or this one, you know what happens in memory? It will apply concatenation of hyphen on each character. But the ask in sense, the requirement is we should not apply this hyphen concatenation on each character, but we should do that on each word. In that case, this is the scenario we have to follow. First apply a split, and then on that split you get a list. On that list just apply hyphen, so that on each word this concatenation is applied, so that you get expected result like this. This is the scenario. Very useful, very thought provoking. It needs a bit of thinking when you start doing the coding. Right? That is what all this is about. Understood, friends? So this is the idea. And here they applied a method and implemented this. Maybe if you want to do it in the form of a method, you can convert it into a function and do that. And dynamically you have to take the inputs, right? And then that you have to pass. Let me convert this to a function and show you. Scenario 2, we do that, okay? But I'm just sharing this code with you. Let me share this code with you. Share this, and I'll just convert again, rewrite the same program to what? To a function, functionized this thing, okay? how we can convert the same program to function and implement it, and to also accept a dynamic input. Okay, dynamic input we already know, we use it input function, right? This is clear, right? And some yesterday I think Ajish asked me about this one also. I'll just show you all this step by step so that you get maybe your this thing, your understanding on Python also improves at least some percentage, like 1% or 0.5% or anything in today's session. That should be the agenda also. After each session, we should see that what is that percentage of improvement we get. Okay, let's do this now. Now, I am not disturbing this program. I'm again taking one more program. What is that? Python. So string join, let us name it as join demo 2. Okay, let's put it like this. Now, what is the requirement? Same program. Program is same, problem is same, but we are implementing in a different way. Earlier, this is the straight and simplified, simple approach. What we did is this is a simple and straight approach. But if you are working in a real code in a project, this is not actually a recommended way. At least what is that you should first you have to build a function, okay, and then that function you should call somewhere. That is how you should create your code. At least you should have a main, and in that main you should call the function. So what is that we should do now? Let's convert this to little professional coding standard. Okay. So now what is the problem here again? Same thing. Where is the problem? We need to take a sample input like this. This is a string. Means direct, what is that? If you should get this kind of input, simply you can say some line equal to, you can say input. Okay, this is one thing. So then after that, if you are implementing a method approach, then what is that? You should create a method first. More than passing all this, first thing, create a method def. Then what is that? I should say string. Otherwise, simply let's name it as a split and some join. That guy wrote something. I'm just adding a similar method only. Okay, splitted join. And this should take as a line as input. You can see here. So to this method, you should pass line as input. Okay. So now what is that we should do inside this method? Inside this method, first thing, same thing what you did in the simple program just few minutes back in this. Same steps you have to add here. First thing, apply split on this line. How do you apply something like word list equal to first thing, word list equal to a line dot, and you have to say split off. You have to pass some space here. That's all. Second thing, number 2, apply concatenation output string. Same thing we are just doing, but we are just doing it. What is that we do? We are converting it to a methodized approach or function. We are functionizing this. That's all. So output string equal to, we are adding, what is that? A modular. Simply the exact word is we are adding a modularity here. This is very much needed when you are really doing a code in development. This is actually something we use straightforward, where we use this approach when you are doing a learning. But when you go into a real coding, this is needed. Also, the people provide proper comments also. What is that? This method, okay, splits string and combines and concatenates. Maybe the exact word is concatenates that string, concatenates with join using hyphen, something like that. You have to give a clear picture, clear description about your method. Now, output string equal to on join. What is the concatenation character or a substring you should apply? Hyphen. If not hyphen, it's not be always hyphen, friends. If not hyphen, it can be hash. If not hash, it can be dollar. right? It depends on the your logic requirement. Here the logic requirement is hyphen. We are concatenating join with this hyphen. Okay, so dot join. But in reality, it would be the depends on the problem. Whatever problem demands, with that we should concatenate this character along with join. Okay, fine friends. Now, what is that I should do? I did the concatenation of join with this hyphen, and also I am passing this word list which we did split on that string. Right, that string is split into some words and assigned to this list, and that list we are passing to join. On that list of strings, we are applying this concatenation character or a substring, you can say. And here, don't print it. When you implement method, always learn to return that result. That is the always a good practice. So this is how you have to build a simple method to implement the task that is needed. Okay, fine. Then after that, how do you test this method? Without calling method, it won't work. We can directly simply to test this, we can, I'll give you again two-step process here. Step one, you just pass input, and then step two, take this method and come here, result, and to this, pass this input line, whatever you are passing from keyboard, dynamic input to this method, parameterized method. We had discussed methods actually, default and parameterized. As this is parameterized, it accepts a string here. This is like that string can be one word or multiple words, a line of words otherwise. Now, to this, I should pass a parameter, and that I am passing here through the caller. This is caller. This is function caller. Okay. Through caller, when method is parameterized, this is a parameterized method, accepts one parameter. Then while calling this method, you should pass a value to this method through caller. Through caller. This is the caller, and through this I am passing this input value to this caller. Now this what this method does, it splits this string and then returns that concatenated string. Here I should assign to some variable. So again I can use output string one or something. And finally I can simply what I can do, I can just print it. So this is a very simple approach. This is generally what this is a standard process what we are doing. So here step one, what is that? We take input and we pass that input to the method. Method performs. Step two is this. It does what is needed here. What is that? It performs all the functionality and again returns back. And that whatever return to our this variable, whatever is result is assigned to this variable, we print it. That is fine. This is also a standard process, but there is another approach. We will add that also to this program after testing this code once. Okay. So whatever Adish asked yesterday in yesterday's session, he asked about something here about this one. What is that? Why we are adding? What is this and why do we need this? Right? I'll also talk about it. Okay. Next, but to test your code, you don't need to add any main explicitly in your code. Not needed. Honestly, seriously not needed in Python. If it is C or C++ or anything, your program don't work without main method, because main is the beginning start of your program. Then you ask me a question, don't we have main in Python? Without main, I think the main is there everywhere. Even in Python, main is there. But main is there implicitly, not explicitly. I'll show you all that now. Okay, let's run this now. So finally, we should get what? We should get the output as this one. Concatenated string is that we should get output. Let's run it. Split and join, we are calling it, right? And we are also printing. Let's run it. Stop and rerun. What happened? I am not seeing output. Why? Which one I am running? Demo 2 only, right? Okay, let's do it now. Okay, why it's, see, this is why if you don't pass that statement, what is that print statement here? See, it is waiting for output here. I ran for 2 times. What is the miss here? If you don't pass any description here in this input, sometimes we don't know if it is running or not also. Of course, by looking at this, we understand. So it is waiting here straight away for the output. This is a string. Then it works. I'm just waiting why the output is not coming. Point is, if you don't provide a prompt, the exact word is, if you don't provide a prompt with input, sometimes we don't know, we'll just see a blank screen here, and we might be again waiting, like, if it is running or not, we'll be in a confusion mode. So keeping prompts is always a good practice. Okay, but anyhow, I understood that I didn't put a prompt, so it's just simply waiting for my input. So I gave that input now, enter, and I got output as well, expected output, perfectly working. This is how we can implement a modularity to your code, or a modularized approach. Fine. Now, second scenario, what Adish asked me, what is that? So suppose we'll debug this code once. Let me just show you so that you understand what all things happening at when your program gets executed. Again, I believe it should be waiting for the, you can see now, first thing, this is the console. Here we should provide the input or something. We'll go to that step. Okay. Now see here, when we start running this program, I want to show you, when you debug in Python, in this threads and variables under at the bottom of this, you can see all the special variables. Expand this, you get some idea now. What is that? You can see here, all these steps have been performed before you come to this line what? To this line 10. This, we are at line 10 now. So you can see at the same time, it is also calling this, loading something here. What is that? Name equal to main. It is loading main. Means what? Implicitly, main is there even in Python. You don't need to call that. You get my point? That is automatically included into your code by your interpreter itself. These are all magic variables, what we call. This underscore at the left and at the right. If you see any variables like this, such variables are called magic variables or magic methods. Most of this will be built in. If you want, you can also create something on your own. Right? And you can see this here. Right? What is that? You can see a main that is clearly there in your, even in your code. Did you write any main method here? Still not there. Why? Because if you don't pass any main, but implicitly main is there, whatever code you pass here, that gets into the main. You got it right. So that is the point. Now, if you want to explicitly define that same thing, you have to just pass as a this thing to if here. If you start executing main, then you are saying something, right? What is that? If you can add a code here. What is that code? Just add this. If what is that? Underscore. You can take the same thing. Underscore, name this magic variable. Underscore equal to underscore main. Means what is the meaning of that? Just a minute. Underscore main underscore, right? Colon, put colon. And means what? If that main method starts, then you have to execute this code. This is the meaning of this. If that name equal to main means if that main starts, from there onwards, you should start executing the code. This is something explicitly defining your calling code here. Got it right? So using this magic variable and checking if main starts here. Then you have to add all that code, whichever you should start executing. Now, if you see this, now let's again, this is how we can explicitly define main in Python. Of course, there is some small error here. Maybe what is the error? We can just have a quick, maybe main should be in quotes. And also this name also is a magic variable. 2 underscores must be there, not 1 underscore. What is that I should do? I should pass 2 underscores, and the main has to be a string. This is a string. Yes, we have to pass it. Even here also you can see it is in quotes. I missed that quotes. Now this is perfect. You don't see any errors here. Now you are checking if name is main. Means if that method starts, then you are adding all that list of code that you should execute now. Now again, rerun this code, okay? Because we have modified our code. So better to again to re-debug this, okay? Debug this, stop and rerun. Now you can see again. The execution is same, but you are explicitly defining the main functionality here. That's all. Now everything goes as usual from here onwards, from line 13 onwards. The execution flow is same. We don't have big difference. Only thing is we have explicitly defined main so that you have that you clearly differentiate where your execution code should be included with the help of this condition check. You got it right? So that is the point, friends. So Adish, I think, are you clear on this? Because this is what you had, I think you asked it yesterday, right? So I think he has left this, no problem. I don't know. I'm not seeing here. Understood now? This is the purpose of what? Purpose of this explicitly defining main. Are you good with this? Is it clear to everyone? Right? Even if you don't define, nothing happens in Python. By default, implicitly it uses that main and it starts the executing that main also. Right? But if you want to explicitly define main and add some, what is that, this executing code under that, then you can define like this. Finally, you can run this code. It executes like the previous one itself. No big difference. I'm just running it directly. It asks you to enter some input here, pass that input. Some this is a string. If not this, you can add something. What is that? This is a test we are doing. You can also give some other output or other input. Sorry, test case 2. You get the same output here. You are concatenating each word with hyphen here by applying join, right? By using that character hyphen. Output is same, right? Do you see any difference in the output? It's almost expected. But only thing is we define this. Even if you remove this also run, you get the same output. You get the same execution happens in the same way. Let's rerun this again. Okay, finish the. Okay, I got it. Because we didn't put indentation. See, indentation is also very important. Why? Because as I removed main, all this code has gone into this split method. That's why it's not asking anything, any input here. Now this should work perfectly fine for us. Now see here, I'm taking time here because first establishing that basic is very important. So we can run with topic by topic, like because we have our agenda, our aim is not to rush with topics. First, having that solid understanding and a basic is important. Now right click this and then run this now. Okay. And it is waiting for output. Okay. So you can just say, so today is a holiday, something like, okay. Then you can see this is concatenated, something like that. So likewise, you can play with multiple test scenarios. You can test your code with multiple inputs and see if it is giving output expected. Then your algorithm or code you implemented is perfect. So I'm sharing this code with you. Let me just put my code this with you. Hope this is fine, right? Now, what is the opportunity in this simple scenario? So in this problem, you are able to understand about multiple things. You see, you get a opportunity to use parameterized method and also apply split method, join method, see, and also internally use as a list here. So these are all different things which we master when we keep doing these kind of problems. This is task 1. Got it right? I'm moving to the another program because we need to cover another scenario now. Okay. Also, I shared you yesterday in the WhatsApp group. So what is that? All different useful websites for good practice. See, if you want to practice, there are so many things. My preference is HackerRank. Okay. So apart from HackerRank, I shared you many things like PyNative or W3 resources, many more. If you can practice more programs on in from these kind of websites, definitely your abilities will definitely is going to grow day by day, friends. Okay. Next scenario. Let's see another task to apply methods. So we did this and we understood how to apply, how to declare main explicitly in Python in today's session. What is the purpose of this and how to explicitly define and execute this one and add a code that should be executed once the execution of main starts. Right? All that. Next one. This is another simple scenario. You are given first name. Let's see. Let's solve this problem now because this has multiple things to apply from your previous learning, from yesterday's learning. Like, you are given name, first name and last name and a person of a person on two different lines. Your task is to read them and print the following. See, he's just giving hello, first name, last name. You just dwelled into Python. This is a very simple scenario. So you have to get this output, right? Let's see the input and output. Directly you can go there unless you have some doubt with the functionality here. Okay. So what is that here? Your input is Ross Taylor. You give Ross Taylor, you should get this output. What is that? Hello, Ross Taylor. You just dwelled into Python. This is a very simple scenario, right? Let's do one thing now. Take two input methods directly. We can create it, right? So what is the program here? The task is to your task is to read them and print the following. Just combine to combine printing. That's all. So create a method program here. String underscore writer print combined inputs. So this is the problem. Now, what is that you should do? Take two input methods. Directly, you can do it, no problem. First thing, you can go it a simple process. When you are starting, when you are learning it in the in the beginning, or when you just started programming, just always try to code it in a simple way. Of course, you can improve it to the development standard little later. First, in the beginning phase, doing it in simple way is important. Later, again, converting that to the standard process is also is needed. Don't do the everything in one shot. Go step by step. So eventually you get that confidence automatically. Once you get that confidence, then nothing is going to stop us. That keep in mind, friends. Now, what is that I should do? I'm just doing a simple coding here. First thing, input one equal to, I just take a standard. I am not using any prompt here. I'm just directly taking two inputs like how this guy is asking us here in the problem. Ross and Taylor. He is not giving any prompts here. So I am not depending on prompts now. Okay. But you should be aware that when you just create strings like this, when you use inputs like this, you should provide two prompts without any, sorry, you should provide two inputs without any prompts in the console. Just remember. Okay. And then after that, the output should be what? You can copy this part. Okay. Hello in the print. You understand the kind of print which I uses that what is that placeholder up adding placeholders. So here double quotes put hello here and then after that what is that I should get Ross and Taylor means put two processors, two blanks. Okay, two placeholders. In the first placeholder that input one should be substituted. And in the second placeholder input two should be substituted. After that, see means whatever he just passing here to substitute these inputs in this place, just put two placeholders. And after that, you can copy this directly and then you can pass here. What is that? You just dwelled into Python. Of course, let me just share this sample input and sample output so that you can also test on this code. Okay, you can also try a testing. Now, finally, what is that we should do? Simply dot format of what is that I should do now? Input one, comma, input two. Okay. Finally, this is a simple program. What is that? Combining two inputs in a print statement. Now run this now. So in place of this, whatever inputs you pass, that should be substituted. In this case, I test with test case one, Ross and Taylor. Here it is waiting for your input, friends. Just remember, the first one is Ross. And the second one, what is the second one here? Taylor, Taylo or something. Okay, let me pass the same. Enter. See here, hello Ross Taylor, you just dwelled into the Python. Means what this task is teaching us, this task is giving us, teaching us how to use these placeholders and how to take input and how to substitute inputs in placeholders in a print statement by using this format method. So that is this task is teaching us. Got it right, friends? So all these are needed because I'm using it regularly. So I'm sharing this with you. I'm saying this with you. All these are needed. Got it right? So that's all, friends. That is the idea about this task. Let me just share you the output or solution. So this is done now. Do you want a minute or how? Just few seconds to test that code. You can test it and see how it works. Do you want me just to wait? Do you want to test it? If you are already tested, then I'll go with the next task. Or if you are good with that, shall I jump to next task? This is all fine. Maybe you can add this kind of thing explicitly. Already I had this. You can see this is how it is designed by HackerRank people. They just gave two inputs directly and then they created a print method, print full name. You can see here something like this by passing two parameters, first and last. Right? It makes more sense, right? So this is created, this is tested by me only. This solution, I developed this and tested in HackerRank. It worked pretty well. That is it, friends. Next one. Now this, what is that? This anyhow, you know. Again, join scenario, right? What is this join scenario? So all of you are fine till this, right? Now join scenario already one scenario we tested. What I want to do is now we'll take up this later. Let us jump to one more scenario. What is that scenario? I want to take up. This is about substring. This we can cover later. This is this one. This covers all different methods, important methods. What is that? Is all num. Okay. And then is alpha, is digit, is lower, is upper, different tasks here. Right? And this is the problem. What is the problem? Input string, a line containing a string here. What is the input format? A line containing a string. And then this is how the input is. So maybe you can try all this. So what is the input? What is the output? All that should be here. Something like this. I'm sharing that task to you first. Later on, I'll show you how to apply. See, this is the scenario. So what is the scenario? You are given a single line containing a string, like something like this QA2. This is simple text, simple test case one. You can give multiple inputs and test it, no problem. This is one test input. Okay, finally, what is that you should do? Print true if it has any alpha numeric characters. Otherwise, print false. Alpha numeric means it should have both alphabets and characters. So it is so simple. So this is scenario one. In this program, you have to test all this one by one. And again, line two, print true if it has any same string, you have to test all these use cases. If it has any alphabetical characters, otherwise print false. Okay. Does this have alphabetical characters? Then it is true only, right? It has alphabetical characters. QA is there, right? It should get true. So, and then print true if it has any digits. Otherwise, print false. Does it have any digits? Yeah, it has digits. So print true. Next one, print true if it has any lowercase characters. Yes, this has a lowercase character. True. Print true if it has any other, again, what is that? Any uppercase character. Does it has any uppercase character? Yes, true. Then you should print true. Suppose if you give another string and if it is not satisfying these conditions, then in that case you should get false. Few are satisfying, few are not satisfying, then you should get mixed true and false. That's how it should work. So now this is the problem. This is the input. To this input, you should start creating this code, right? So what is that you should do now? How you just do this program? Let's just go to the this. Let's create what first thing, right? This problem is talking about what? It is talking about task is what? Checking about different types of strings here. Okay, so I'll name this as string underscore. Okay, what is the nature of string otherwise? Nature test. Okay, nature test or demo you can give as you like. Okay, let's try to implement this. So this covers a lot of scenarios here. If you look at it, what is the technology involved, technical concepts involved here? This involves string class. With that string class, what all methods you have to use? You have to use all these methods. Is all num. Okay, for this is alphanumeric means all num. Is alphabetical means alpha. If it has digits means is digits thing. Lowercase means is lower. Uppercase means is upper. It's covering all these topics. So a string class with all these methods. Okay, is all num. Okay, and then is alpha. All these methods are needed. And then is digit. Okay, they are all methods. I am not using bracket. Just quickly sharing you the details. And then is upper and is lower. So these are all methods which we need from string class. This is fine. What else do you need? What technical concepts we should apply here? We need a looping also. We need a for loop. I don't think we need loop, but you need a decision making. What is that you need? You need decision making. Okay. And that too, elif is needed generally, or multiple if is needed. So these technical concepts are involved in this discussion now, right? In this task. Let's apply it first. Take a input string. So some input equal to input one equal to what is that you do? So simply you will just add input. So this will take some input from you. Maybe we test this with this case one. What is that? This test case one. Later on, we will give 3 to 4 different strings and test your code and see the behavior of your code. That is fine. Now I should check for this scenario one if it has any alphabets. So what is that I should do? Once I input, then I should apply if input one dot is all number. Okay, is all num. Then what is that I should do? The output in the output simply this guy is asking to print true for us. So you don't do anything. What is that you should simply do? Just say print true. If it is al, see point is simple. If it is alphanumeric, just print what is that? Just print true, right? So maybe after doing this, we might again refine this code. Maybe we don't get expected output. Okay, in such cases, how to refine a code also. So you understand that also here, friends. Suppose you build something in first phase, and then that code is not giving you expected output. Then you have to refine that code and again test it again. That is again you go to phase two. So that's how iteratively you have to keep changing your inputs and your code, and finally you should achieve that expected output. That is how to you have to just go from one phase to another phase, continuous changes, and finally able to get the expected output. This is how development happens. Not just maybe this is a small program, but when you go to a development, same thing happens at a larger level. You got it right, friends. That is the idea. So what I do, I just tested if it is alphanumeric. For this, it works directly. But if it has any, we should also see if it has any lowercase or uppercase or digit, all that you can see here. Or is it if it has any alphabets. So let me just test it one by one. Next one. The best thing is use elif for this because all this doesn't need to be validated in one go. In the first case, if it is alphanumeric, then you just print true. Right? Again, in the second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line. Okay. Then in that case, what is that we should do here is, so this won't give you this scenario, this output. Then I should apply what? A looping is needed, friends. What is needed? A looping is needed. So you take this string as input, because when you, this validations has to happen right on each character here, on each character here. In that case, a looping is required. Means to this technical concepts, you should also add a for loop. This is also needed. So you do one thing for ch in input one. Okay, colon. Now what is that you should do? You take this and pass this here. Okay, this elif here inside this if. If ch, you can apply here. If ch dot, for first case, you can directly implement it, friends. In scenario one, alphanumeric, you can directly apply without passing it to the this one. Which one? For loop. Okay. So you can just add it, because in output, again, you don't have a choice here. Exactly, you should get this output. 5 truths only should come. Okay. I mean, 5 Boolean results should be there. It might be true, false. For this input string, it should get five truths. Maybe another one, it should get according to that. True or false, it might be. But 5 results. Then in that case, what you do? You can directly test scenario one. What is that? Is all num. Because this just directly works for us. If input one is all num, right? We can test the whole string here. But is digit, is upper, is lower, they work only if it is completely matching. But as per the problem, we have a lower case here, upper case here, digit here. But if you say if it is digit, it returns false. But as per this problem, if any digit is present, you can see here, right? If has any digits, then we should print true, else false. Then digit is there. But if you test on whole string, it will return false. But as per this, it is asking, see if digit is there. Yes, it is there, true. But if you test is digit on whole string, it won't work. So that's why what is that we should do for first on scenario one. If it is all num, we can apply on whole string. But in other cases, we have to take string, iterate it, and check in that string, is there a digit or is there a lowercase letter, uppercase letter, all that you should do. For that, you should do this now. So what is that you should do? Let me just show you here. If also one more important one here, you should not get multiple. Let me do it one by one. Okay, if ch dot is a digit, what is that you should do? Print true here. But this is not a I suggest this is not a standard practice. Again, we need to do something else. Okay, I'll just show you. Next one after that, elif. Okay, elif. If ch dot is, what else we should check here? All num we just filtered it in the first in the at line 8 itself. Then what is that for other checks? What I am doing, I am taking an iterator using string and checking if each checking it at character level, not at string level. See here, I check it for what? Alphabet, right? I just need to say, see if that character is alpha. Let's go according to that algorithm only. Then it is true. Else if ch, next one what? If it has digits. If right, we are checking at character level, is digit. Okay, then if digit is there, then what is that I should do? Print true. Okay, but this works only for what? This works only for this input, not for everything. Okay. Anyhow, we'll go one by one. Elif ch dot. What is the third scenario? Another scenario. If any lowercase character is there, is lower. Okay. And then what is that I should do here? You have to say print true. Print, you can pass true, no problem. Okay, because this true is printed only if it is satisfying this. If it is lower only, then only we are printing. So yeah, in that way, all these conditions are properly declared, and even the true value is also satisfied. Okay, so printing true is also a proper thing only. Next, after that, finally, I think we are done with everything. Finally, else. Okay, so Elif, maybe we can go with the proper check again. CH dot, what is that last scenario? Is uppercase, right? Is upper, you can check that. And then if it is true, if that character is upper, then you should print true, friends. Print true, right? And once if that character is alpha, then it doesn't be any digit or lower or upper, because that is the point. And there is a possibility. What is that? Alpha can be a, there is one scenario. What is that? If it can be alpha and it can be lower also. That is also possible. So anyhow, first we'll test this. So there is a slight, this thing we have to check. Okay, no problem. So if you want to check on same this thing for multiple times, then elif, more than elif, what is the best check here? Use if. So I believe elif doesn't give you 100% expected output. In this case, what is that? Because one scenario, you have to check for alphabet. Let me give you a clear picture. We have to check for alphabet. At the same time, if you see, we should also see if it is a lowercase or uppercase. Means you are checking on multiple cases here. When you are checking multiple cases, what is that you should do? Multiple if is best choice. Right? Got it right here. So my this thing is use multiple if so that we don't miss out on any results here. Got it right, friends? Now let's test it now. Let's test this code. I already solved this and submitted this kind of scenario in HackerRank. But let's first try a basic version here. Are we getting that 5 truths? Output should be 5 truths. I am taking this as my standard input. Maybe again, I'm not sure if I pass this to your chart. Okay. So what is that? Let's run this now. Test this now. Just take just a minute, friends. We are almost done here. Okay. Just say QA2. Enter. How many truths are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many truths, friends? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 truths are there. We should get only 5 truths. Maybe my algorithm somewhere is wrong. My code is missing something here. Of course, you are getting truths is fine, but somewhere something is not working as expected. You got it right? So then what is that I should do? Then I have to again recheck on my logic here. I should not get 5 truths. I should get only, so not 6 truths, but I should get how many truths? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I am getting 7 truths. Let me just see. 1, 2, 3, 6 truths. I should get 5 truths, friends. Then somewhere we have to do the filtering here. I can do this. I can just make a quick change here. What is that? So here, if this is alpha, and also I want to check if ch dot is lower, we can combine these two. You got right. If we combine, then we get only 4 truths. So as per this, we should, if it is alphanumeric, alphabet, digit, lowercase, uppercase. Okay, so this is what you should do here. Then we can universally create one thing. So there is a scenario here, right? If to manage all these things, what is that? Instead of going this approach, printing truths directly, there is one thing we can introduce here. What is that? A flag scenario. What is that? Initially, you can use a flag variable and set it to false. Right? What is that you can do? Set it to false. Then what is that you should do now? Now here, if this is alpha, then set it to true. If first condition is satisfied, then set flag equal to true. This should work, I believe. And then even if it is a duplicate also, we get expected output. Then even here also, you should set flag equal to true, and then and similarly here also. I think you got clarity till this, right, friend? This is how you have to first. So solving this at high level, I think everybody should got some idea. Maybe getting this expected. See, this is what the challenge is. This part we can easily create if it is alphanumeric or digit checking. This is fine, but getting the output as per the input is the challenge here. Okay, I already solved here. You can see here. I used a flag concept here. Okay, you can see here. I applied a flag concept at each use case. Right? Yeah. So actually what I am doing is I am iterating on every, right? For each string, I am testing if it is, what is that? Is all num or, so I think we have to use 5 iterators here, not one iterator. Okay, friends. Okay, we'll stop here because you already had exceeded the time. So what we do is understand at high level, you have to implement this. If possible, what you do, try to solve this yourself and come back tomorrow. Else I'll provide a solution to you. You got it right, friends? I know this needs a little patience. See, if you want to evolve as a developer, the thought process is important. See, I just spent some time when I was in hacker rank. Initially, I did like this only. After that, it didn't hacker rank kicked me couple of times. After that, again, I changed my course. Right? Course in sense, not that Python course. Okay. This coding course. I just made changes. And finally, I bought this solution. Then I submitted, I am able to succeed. And I didn't use any chat GPT or any Google search to implement this code. Because integrity is very important. When you are alone with yourself, if you want to improve yourself, you have to put that 200% effort, not even 100%. If you want to see you as a good developer. You understand that, friends? When no one is seeing, still you should make sure that you are keeping your 100% efforts. So finally, I did this. I can still refine this. I can put a method and just avoid these many times. Using for these many times is not needed. We can just create one for, right? Or with methods, we can just simplify this also. You got it, right? We can refine this to the next level, but this is accepted solution. Okay. Right? I just show you the code now. This is how you should do it. Tomorrow you give a try and come back. Okay. Because already I gave you at high level how to apply this condition checks. Right. And at low level, how to validate each scenario according to the to this output. Right. As per this input. Try this and come back tomorrow. So that you have a little bit thinking on your this thing. Okay. Shall we stop here? All of you are fine? I know this whole appears like your what is it, friends? Appears more like a coding marathon, but this is what you need. You need if you want to be a real developer. All see, I understand that topics discussion is all fine, right? Theory discussion is fine, but if you want to evolve really as a developer, this discussion is important. The thinking process. When you have a problem, how to hit that solution is important. So that is what we are doing here, and these sessions needs little lot of interest and patience. Understood? But if you try to have that, definitely you see a difference in the next 1 month. You won't be the same person like 1 month back. That's it, friends. Shall we stop here then? So how do you feel it? Do you feel it like a burden on the mind, or do you feel it something really useful when you really attend this? What is your feedback, friends? You can answer. You can answer.